Hello and welcome to Mindscapes, our series of conversations with men and women whose ideas, visions and philosophy define our contemporary world. My guest today is a freedom fighter, a Gandhian, an activist, best known for his work on the environment long before it was fashionable to be an activist in that area. I'm delighted to welcome Mr. Sunderlal Bahuguna. You went on a fast twice on the Tehri Dam project.
Yes.
Do you feel frustrated that it didn't?
No. You know, one does not go on fast when he is frustrated. There is difference between fast and hunger strike. Those who are frustrated, they go on hunger strike. But those who are believers, who believe in the supreme power, they pray to God. And fast is prayer to God.
But when the objective of that fast or that prayer is not fulfilled, do you feel some sense of disappointment?
No, never. Because a believer is never disappointed. He will think that there is something lacking in my prayers. So more and more devotion.
Mm-hmm. So this devotion is to God, to the idea, to what? What do you draw that strength from?
You know, the believer always thinks that my duty is to work and the result is in the hands of God. Karmani badikaraste ma phale sukadachana. You go on doing your duty, the result is in my hands. So I feel that I should pray more and more. And for last 10 years, more than 10 years, I have been sitting near the dam site and seeing Mother Ganges Bhagirathi. And you know, that is a river of inspiration.
What is the philosophy of a fast? What is the ideology? What is the motive?
Very simple. Very simple. The philosophy of fast is that you search inside yourself and you surrender yourself to the supreme power. Now I am in your hands, and if there is anything lacking inside me, give me light. So Gandhiji was doing same thing. And we know India is a spiritual country. Since long ago, we have a very old history in which the saints, the tapasvis, they were regarded superior to the material men.
But you know, you use a fast as a well, I don't want to use the word in a derogatory sense, but as a political weapon.
No. For me, it was never a political weapon.
To sort of force or to try and precipitate a response or an action from the establishment or the government, or in Gandhiji's case with the British, or when there were riots, he decided he would go on fast as atonement. So there seem to have been sort of two different objectives of a fast. Would you say that is it?
No, it is a righteous way, sattvic, to reach the hearts of the people.
But what if you were wrong? What if the assumption, doesn't that fast come from the assumption that I am right and so my view should prevail?
No, it is not prevailing of the view. It is bringing truth to the forefront.
But is truth absolute?
No, it is why one who goes on a fast, who surrenders himself to Almighty, he seeks guidance from Him. And then, even if sometimes it is struck that I am wrong, he will change. Gandhiji was always prepared to admit his mistakes. So fast is not something as coercion, just to coerce people to realize what you are saying and force them. It is reaching to their hearts, that they should also search in their hearts and ultimately we should reach at a right decision.
You know, when you said that you're a believer,
Yes.
what is your belief? Does it take the form of a sadhana, a practice, a particular deity?
No, nothing else. You know, I see that Almighty is everywhere, and especially in nature. You might have heard our Chipko movement. That was the movement was to save the trees. And I felt that what right we have to kill these trees, because these trees are also the creation of Almighty, and these are also the living beings like us. The only difference is that these trees cannot speak, these trees cannot move, but they do greater service to society than the human beings. Had there not been trees, we would not have survived, because trees are just like Lord Shiva, Shankara Bhagavan. But Shankara Bhagavan, the demons and the devtas, the gods, they came together and they churned the sea in order to get nectar, amrit. But they got kalkut, bis.
But wouldn't you say that at some point
Yes.
in the process of development, there has to be a balance, and some trees will need to be cut, even if you see them as embodiments of the divine?
Yes. But you know what development is? There is a great misconception about development. We have equated development with affluence, having more and more things for human beings. Development is a state in which you achieve permanent peace, mark permanent happiness and fulfillment.
But I'm just looking at the principle of this,
Yes.
that is this just a debate between how many trees, or shall we be able to cut some trees because it's legitimate to do so, and as Gandhiji said, to meet our need but not our greed? Where for you is the balance, or do you feel that the destruction of any aspect of the environment is wrong?
Yes. You know, we can meet our requirements from dead and dying trees. Would you like that some human being, a young man, be killed in order to satisfy the needs or greed of somebody else? Similarly, if trees are to be cut, there is no harm in cutting dead and dying trees, because when a tree is living, it is doing more service to the society. It is taking all the carbon dioxide which you do not need, like Shankar Bhagavan. It is giving us life-giving oxygen, and then tree is also conserving the water. There is a story about that Mother Ganges came from the ears of Shankar Bhagavan. So this jata of Shankara Bhagavan are the dense tree cover of the Himalaya, and then trees also build soil. It is why when we challenged the official slogan of tree cutting, what do the forests bear? Resin, timber and foreign exchange, they said. We said, what do the forests bear? Soil, water and pure air. Soil, water and pure air are the basis of life. Now you have to search the truth and bring the truth before the society. And now it is for the people to decide. They need resin, timber and foreign exchange, or they need oxygen, water and soil.
But do you think that truth is absolute? There is only one truth? Or do you think truth can be relative?
No. As I said, that we are searching the truth.
But
and
my
the same was Dying doing.
My perception of the truth may be different to your perception of the truth. Is that a possibility?
Now, you know, we both have to discuss, we both have to think and reach at a decision. I do not say that I am right, but we should sit together and think about it, discuss the things. And ultimately, as you know, Gandhiji's message was Sarvodaya. Sarvodaya means the good for all, not only the good of a majority and where the minority will go. So this is a search. It is why in his, he named his autobiography Experiments with Truth. Satya ke Priyog.
You worked with Gandhiji, you were a freedom fighter, and in response to Gandhiji's call at independence, when he said that the freedom fighters should really go into the villages because that's where the real India is and that's where you should work. And so you went and you were in the village community.
Actually, I didn't work with Gandhiji. I could physically see him one day before he passed away on 29th. But in those days, a storm was going on all over the country. And this storm also reached to far Himalayan places. When I was a boy of 13, I decided that I should join Gandhi. At the age of 17, I was in jail. So it was Gandhiji everywhere was being talked about. And in the beginning, we tried to copy Gandhiji. So what we did, it was a princely state and we could not talk about him openly. So what we did, the first thing we did, that we got a charkha, a spinning wheel, somehow. And the best place to spin was not in our houses, not in any public place. We used to go to the graveyard in the evening after our school was over, and we used to spin there. And nobody would come to graveyard, but people who would see from far away, they would see these are the studious students who are studying there. So it was in this way we came in his contact. Then somehow we got books written by him. I remember one of the books we got, Swaraj Kaise Laaye, How to Bring Swaraj. The other book which influenced us was Prince Kropotkin's A Word to You Young Men, Nabiyuon Se Do Baatein. So then the national songs. In this way, we were influenced by Gandhi's ideas, and we thought this is best for our life. We should dedicate our life for this.
Do you feel a sense of despair that Gandhiji is just an icon that we acknowledge occasionally, hang up photographs? Do you feel that the relevance of Gandhi will come back in some ways, will be recognized, reaffirmed, realized?
It has already started. You know what happens? In India, we copy whatever happens in West. Though we are free now, but we always copy West. We think everything which comes from West is best. It is what I tell the Western people, that now you have realized the follies of the materialistic civilization, and you should teach others that this civilization is disastrous.
But you see WTO, you see globalization, you see a whole new economic order emerging around the world.
Yes.
Do you feel a counterculture coming in that represents the small is beautiful vision?
Yes, it is why Gandhi is more popular and relevant in West. And I feel that the Western people, because they have seen too much of this materialism, so Gandhi has become relevant to them. And as I told you, that we have forgotten that Gandhi was born here, and here he did all his experiments, and it was easy for us. It was in our traditions, it was in our culture, but we have forgotten him. But it is coming from West.
What is the aspect of Gandhi's philosophy and life that you feel has the most relevance? And in what ways do you think Gandhiji would have changed or evolved his approaches and his philosophy?
When people ask me that what is this Chipko movement, my reply was, had Gandhi been alive and seeing all this pollution everywhere and all these environmental hazards, he would have started such a movement. So Gandhiji was very dynamic, and he would change his strategy according to the situation. And I feel in today's situation, and that was his basic thing. He would have popularized austerity. The primary teaching of Gandhi is austerity.
How do you popularize austerity? Isn't that almost a contradiction?
No, austerity by your own example, because people may see that leading a life of austerity, I am in no way inferior to anybody in my thoughts or in my actions, but I am all the more free to do anything. So austerity, because today this material civilization has created many problems. One problem is disparity between the rich and poor countries. The poor countries are giving everything in order to get something which has become very dear to them, that is foreign exchange, for example, for us. So the resources of the earth are being exhausted. So austerity has become essential. You see vast differences between the lifestyle of the people even in one country. See the poor who do not know how to fill the belly, what will happen in the evening, and there are people who will throw away things.
Why do you think that that we have forgotten much that Gandhi embodied, and in a sense that Gandhiism, if one may sort of define it that way, almost seems to have died with Gandhiji himself?
The first thing is that Gandhi didn't start any ism. He said, my life is my message. He was a practical man, and he used to change according to the situation. This is the first. The other thing is that unfortunately after Gandhi, except Vinoba Bhave and Jayaprakash Narayan, there is no such leader of such a great stature who could awaken the masses about it, and who could bring on the earth the values which Gandhi cherished.
What prompted you to come out of the village into the larger canvas of activism, really in a sense to protect the entire northern belt of the Himalayas? What prompted this?
I felt that people come from pilgrimage to Himalaya. All our shrines are there: Badri, Kedar, Gangotri, Yamunotri, Amarnath, and they have a sense of reverence towards Himalaya. But what we were sending from there, we were sending floods, devastating floods to the whole country. So I felt myself guilty. I am living here in Himalaya, and these people who come with so much reverence to this Himalaya and who expect too much from Himalaya, not only for this material life but their other life also, for them we are sending floods, devastation. So we should repent, and we should admit our fault. We should go to those people, the flood sufferers, that we are the criminals. We are responsible for your woes. It is why I went to the people there and I said that, look here, we are fleecing Himalaya. People often ask me that, why are you keeping a beard? I say, because we have fleeced Himalaya. So, yes, so I felt that it is our duty towards the whole country, and now it is irrelevant, it is obsolete to think that the main product of the forest is timber. There are alternatives to timber, but more valuable things than timber are oxygen, pure water which the country needs, and precious soil. So it was with this spirit that I went from village to village telling people, look here, that these trees not only for us, these trees are for the whole society. Then these trees have equal right to exist because they do more service to the society than we human beings.
When you look inside of yourself,
Yes.
what is it that gives you, courage and strength and hope to be able to, in some ways, I don't want to use the word oppose in your context, but to be able to sensitize the system to act? What is it that gives you this power?
You know that power comes from the Almighty. When you surrender yourself to Him, He will show you the way. And three things I believe. The first, you should have devotion.
Devotion to what? To whom?
Devotion to Almighty, devotion to the people.
Does Almighty take a form for you? What form does the Almighty
I
have?
see Him everywhere. I see Him in you yourself also. I see Him in trees. I see Him in rivers, mountains, everywhere. He is everywhere, omnipotent,
And omnipresent.
omnipresent. So the first thing is that we should have devotion. The second thing is dedication. Dedication for a cause. If you realize that Almighty is everywhere and He is being hurt, then we should dedicate ourselves for His service. And the third thing is determination.
What is the role in your vision of the sciences, of technology? What role do you see for that?
Yes, science, I will give you a small formula given by Acharya Vinoba Bhaveji. He used to say, science plus politics is equal to disaster. Science plus spirituality is equal to Sarvodaya, good for all. So today, science should be guided by spirituality. The scientist have a big head, he thinks many things, but if he has not a creative head and then a compassionate heart and constructive hands, that science will create disaster. So I met an Englishman, an old man. He was known as man of the trees. His name was Richard St. Barbe Baker. He came here at the age of 88 and he told me, I want to go on a pilgrimage to Vinoba's place and to Gandhi's place. So he gave me a small mantra. He said, from your heads to your hearts with your hands. Whatever you think, take it to your heart and then do according to it. Today what happens, from our head we go straight to our hands. We do not take it to our hearts. It is heart who will judge whether your action is for the good of all or it is going to harm anybody. Heart will never allow you to harm anybody. So this is a very simple thing.
Do we sort of, for India, our community, our country, our society, and you'd mentioned that there weren't really sort of successors to Gandhiji in that sense. Do we just wait for leadership, for someone who will inspire us and embody these aspirations? Where is this catalyst for change going to come from? Plainly the idea itself has not sufficiently borne fruit. What do we do? Wait?
No, we have not to wait. Act. And the first thing, we have to go to the young people and admit our follies before them. I do not miss any opportunity to meet the young people. Yesterday I was in Chandigarh University and I told them, revolt against us. Do not follow our wrong practices or wrong lifestyles. You have to think for yourself because you will live longer than us. The second thing I tell them, that you can see farther than us. They say, why? Said, remember your childhood. When you were a child, you were sitting on our shoulders. The child sitting on the shoulders will see farther than the old man. So they can see farther. And the third thing is that we are too much selfish. you should become selfless. So I feel that it will be the younger generation, and I have been supported by the younger generation, the children, the ladies. Ladies have a big heart, so we have to, with our own example, we have to be an inspiration for them.
Bahuguna ji, thank you very much.